Hey everyone, my name's Omar Akkad. I'm a writer based in Portland, Oregon. I have a book out called What Strange Paradise, and I'm just going to read you a short section of it. All you really need to know is that the instigating event that starts this book is the wreckage of a migrant ship that is crossing the Mediterranean, and it has wrecked on the shores of an unnamed Western island off the coast of Europe. And I'm going to read you from towards the end of the book, which describes the moment where this ship sinks. So you know that it sinks from the very beginning, but this is the moment that it goes under. All you really need to know is that this is a rickety fishing boat called the Calypso, and that there's a small child. One of the passengers is a small child named Amir. And this is the moment of shipwreck. In the last moments, some held on dearly, leaving splinters of nail and streaks of blood between the boards. And although earlier the boat was filled with screaming, of these remaining few, none made a sound. Others, knowing now what was about to happen, what was inevitable, gave in, and without resistance were swept off the deck and into the water, and they too made no sound. In the distance, the island, the colored lights, the music. One final time, the waves lifted the Calypso high. Under the force of a tumbling body, the mast snapped at its base. The sea overwhelmed, drowning the bloom of limbs that struggled to escape the lower quarters. Turning past the point of rebound, the old fishing boat flung its last few occupants, still hanging on to the far starboard side, into the air. For an instant, the deck became perpendicular to the surface of the water, and then, like a closing eyelid, met it. Amir took flight, headlong into the seaborne sky, the roof of the great inverted world. In meeting him, the water was not cold or concussive, but warm and tranquil, its temperature the temperature of a body, the temperature of blood. With ease and without pain, he flew past the surface, past the depths, past the places where light and life surrendered and the domain of stillness began. And then lower, farther, past the crust of a million interlocking bodies who'd braved this passage before him and come to rest at the bottom, sick with the secrets of their own unallowed mourning. Past the smallest flower-white bones, past the world at the feet of the world, to the lowest deep, then a lower deep still, until finally to a dry womb of a place in which were kept safe and unchanging everyone he had ever known, and everyone each of those had ever known, outward forever to encompass the whole of the living and the lived. And each of these the boy met in their old lives and their new lives waiting. And from each he drew confession, and each he felt into, as though there were no barrier between them, no silo of self to keep a soul waiting. What beautiful rebellion to feel into another, to feel anything at all. And then he surfaced.